Hey everyone, it's Adam, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to use Google Trends to do your YouTube SEO research. Now, before you even publish a video, it's important to do keyword research. Keyword research is the first step in your SEO strategy, or at least it should be. And a lot of new YouTubers will go straight to TubeBuddy as a way to do their keyword research. Now, there's nothing wrong with using TubeBuddy. It's a great resource. But Google Trends is also valuable, and I think it's a resource that's often underutilized. Now, if you don't know what SEO is, SEO refers to search engine optimization. And this is the process of making your video in such a way that YouTube would want to show it at the top of the search engine. And you're going to want to do everything you can to optimize your videos. Now, one of the ways that you do this is by doing keyword research before you even start filming. And one of the ways that you can do this is by entering your term into Google Trends. Now, Google Trends shows you the relative search volume of that term in relation to all the other searches that are made on Google. So it doesn't necessarily show you the amount of search volume, it shows it to you in a relative form. Basically, it helps you see trends in data overall on the internet and how much people are searching a particular term. So Google Trends is a great way to see when a topic in your niche is trending up. And if you can get on the bandwagon and make a video on that topic, then you're going to be more likely to be able to ride that wave. Now, what's important is you want to pick terms that are trending up, but will still most likely bring in traffic for years to come. Because if you pick something that is going to spike up, but then immediately spike down, then that's not going to be as helpful because you'll only immediately get views. And one of the most important reasons to put your terms into Google Trends is when you see that that term is on the rise, then if you can follow that wave, then you will get more suggested video views because as that video is seen by more people, more of your other videos will be suggested to them. Alright guys, so here we're looking at Google Trends. Now, before you even put a search term in the search box, you can go down and look a little bit at what's being searched in general in different regions of the United States or around the world. So you can see right now that there's a lot of search volume in the United States for Taylor Swift or Kim Kardashian. And you can see around the world there's a lot of interest in the World Cup. And then also football and American football is trending. Now, if you go down a little further towards the bottom, you can see that there's information on the elections, the 2020 presidential and VP debates. And if you go to the very bottom, you'll see recently trending. So these are some good terms you could use for your videos if they fit into the niche of your channel. So as you can see, before you even put a search term in, that the site is very useful. Now, when you get up to the top, you can put in something like, for example, the coronavirus. You can see it pops up as a suggestion. So when you click it and you click search, now that's the term that we picked. Now it automatically selected 12 months as the time period that it's comparing the search volume. Now you can see back in June a spike started and it went through May and now it's declining. So basically what this tells us is right now would not be the best time to make a video on the coronavirus because there's no longer a ton of interest in the coronavirus and it's dying down. And that's because it's no longer making the news as much. Now, as you go down, you can see that there are different places that it shows the search volume. And it also shows you some different related topics and related queries that you could choose to use. Now, what's interesting is over here in the corner, see this word breakout? It's saying that these topics are much better. So for example, if you do coronavirus cases and you select that, then it will show the search volume and maybe this will be a little bit higher and maybe a better topic for your video. Now, say you want to compare trends, for example. So you could go over here and edit out or remove the current term that's being used, and you pick another term like, for example, with my channel, I do YouTube success type information. So I could type into here Canva, which is a resource for making thumbnails, and you'll get the search volume over a 12-month period. Now let's say I want to compare it to something else. Say I want to compare it to TubeBuddy. Now if I add that term right there, you can see that there is a lot more relative search volume for the term Canva. So Canva might be a better decision for a topic to make a video on. Now down here at the bottom you can see breakout topics that relate to Canva. So Canva for educators, for example, if you select that, then you can see how the trend is behaving. Now say that we take a longer period like 5 years. Now you can see that there's these windows where there were spikes, and overall it is trending up. So that might be a great topic for a video if that was something that made sense for your channel. Alright guys, so say we type in here New Year's Resolutions, and we type enter. Now say for example that you select a 5-year period and you want to see the web traffic. Now as you notice there's spikes. And obviously each of these spikes is around December, January, because that's when people set New Year's resolutions. So what this is showing you is this is when it's a good time to make a video on New Year's resolutions. But you also need to realize that after the period is over that the search volume will decrease exponentially. So you need to expect that with your video. Now say you want to do a different term. Say you're thinking about, diets, for example. So you type in diet and you click search. So we want to see over a 5-year period when people are searching for diets. So again, you can see spikes, and guess what? They're just right around the new year when people are starting to be healthy, and then the search volume decreases relative to other search terms. So right here or right there would be a good time to post a video on a particular diet that you're covering. Now say you want to add another term to compare trends. If you go down and you pick one of these terms like Noom diet, that's going to appear right here. And we can see when there's spikes in the topic. And if you add a different topic like paleo diet, we can also see it relative. So over the 5-year period, you can see there's been a lot more traffic for paleo diet and a lot less for the Noom diet. So the paleo diet would probably be a much better term to target in your YouTube videos. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about was how to change the type of search that you do in Google Trends. So for example, if you type Canon M50 into Google Trends, which is a type of camera that I use, and you compare it to another term like Canva, you'll see that here we're doing a web search. So you can compare the traffic and you can see that the Canon M50 is getting a lot less relative search traffic than Canva. But if we change it to YouTube search specifically, then we can see that the traffic is a lot closer together in comparison. So back in October of 2019, there was a lot more traffic in general for the Canon M50. But as we get towards now, we can see that there's actually more traffic for Canva. So right now, making a video about Canva might be a better decision. Alright, so if you've enjoyed this video, you might also like my video on how to get your videos suggested by YouTube in 2020. I'll be linking that above. And don't forget to subscribe so that I can help you build your following on YouTube.